Throughout 2019, the World of Warships crew here at NA has been hosting a series of events across museum ships all over the U.S. We're about the halfway stop here of the Anchors Away Tour, an hour east of Houston at the San Jacinto Battleground, where Texas in 1836 won its independence from Mexico. We're aboard a ship that is fairly unique, one of the oldest battleships in the world, and we're here today to celebrate her history, and hopefully her future. Welcome aboard USS Texas. Laid down in March of 1912 and commissioned in March of 1914, USS Texas served the United States Navy until she was struck from the register in the spring of 1947. On April 21st, 1947, she opened here, the San Jacinto Battleground, here just east of Houston, Texas, as the museum ship she is today. It's been a long, long ride here for USS Texas. This has been her home for, over 60 years. But time and weather are catching up with her. And earlier this summer, she was closed to the public in preparation for what will probably be her complete removal from her home. Chances are she'll end up somewhere else on the Texas coast. Nobody really knows just yet, but this is probably the last chance that Warships players will ever have to visit warships here at her home for more than 60 years. Players from as far away as the Midwest and Canada patiently wait to pick up their t-shirt and in-game goodie codes before they pile aboard to explore the ship. Several of the 3-inch and 40mm Bofors mounts found just across the gangway can still be moved around, as both friends and clanmates soon discover. Just forward of the gangway in the starboard side air castle is the table of raffle loot and commemorative tour flags for everyone to sign. I am immensely jealous to discover a USS Wahoo amongst the prizes. Mush Morton's boat is a legend among those of us familiar with the silent service. There's a lot to see and do during the course of the day aboard USS Texas, not the least of which is exploring the ship herself. Now over a century old, she has spent more than half her life as a museum here at San Jacinto. Refurbished most recently in 1989, she returned to her berth here with a new lease on life. 3 additional decades of sun and saltwater are slowly taking their toll, and plans are in motion to dry dock her once again, lest she succumb to the ocean forever. Below decks, most of the exhibit spaces are still viewable, although many have been emptied in preparation for her upcoming time in dry dock. One of the regular facets of any Anchors Away event are the trivia contest questions scattered around the ship, and the scavenger hunt for premium ships. Before the ship opened to attendees this morning, I was asked to help hide premium ship codes aboard. And if you look closely, you can see one that I stashed in this shot for Tier 8 Russian battleship Lenin. I hid it in the crew head, all the way at the stern of the ship. Having had a look around below decks, we wander to the portside air castle, where one of the myriad of volunteers gives us a walk through one of the 5-inch 51 deck guns.
One of these casemates that blows up here up in bed, but they ended up removing them because casemated guns weren't as effective. But the air castle, which is this enclosed structure up here, houses the last of the 5-inch guns, 5-inch 51s. Basically, loading is pretty simple. You just pull it down, you swing it open. And you have ammo hoist over there. You can bring up powder bags and shells. You got guys that would put in a 5-inch shell all the way in. You can usually see down the barrel. If not, there's probably a bird's nest there. Just don't touch the breech because it's all covered in grease.
How many of these were originally aboard before all the late war refits?
As designed, 21.
Okay.
So 10 on each side, and then one, which was aft of crew washer on second deck. It was called like the Stinger.
Okay.
But they started removing them. So by the end of World War II, we only had 6, 3 on each side.
Right, exactly. They were all replaced with anti-aircraft mounts, apparently.
And that was gradual. It wasn't like all at once over time, because I know they had 5-inch guns even up on the O1 level above us.
Really?
Those ended up getting removed.
Okay.
But yeah, you had, these were the red racks for the shells, and armor piercing, which are black, high explosives, which are green, and gray, which have been really key to white phosphorus, but I'm not sure if this ship ever had white phosphorus rounds on the 5-inch guns. But
Cool.
yeah, after that, the people that were painting it usually this one, the chain place with one arm pretty easily.
Yeah.
It was a film that was filmed on board in 31 when the Texas was part of the Pacific Fleet, and they have Marines practicing on a dummy 5-inch gun. And there's like a single Marine that's standing on the sides of breach, and all he's doing is one arm open and close instantly.
Wow.
Well, not instantly, but pretty quickly.
In order to understand Texas's future, you have to understand her present. Though she is owned by the state and until recently was operated as a state park, she will soon be completely in the care of the Battleship Texas Foundation, a nonprofit organization that oversees the preservation, education, and operation efforts aboard the ship. The Foundation's board of directors are now fully in control of her future, from managing the forthcoming dry docking and restoration to finding a permanent home for her away from San Jacinto. After stepping off the ship for a few minutes to grab some lunch and take a break, we return back aboard to discover a special and unexpected guest holding court near Turret 3.
And then these guys, the Wargaming guys, we did a partnership with them a few years ago, and when we got into that, I told the chairman, I said, you know, I think we may can kick a rock here. Maybe we can pick up 25 grand. Today, our part of that deal has been $350,000. So, and then you know, in the meantime, you're trying to work the legislature. Our lobbyists this time around just did an amazing job. We got 35 million, and we've only spent about 900,000 of that so far. So we're just starting to tap those phones, but the activity is really picking up. You'll notice the construction trailer got put in this week. We need the Marine survey. They're staging on Monday. That'll start on Wednesday. That'll be the final detail that kind of tells us everything we need to prep for when we move her. And so we'll continue to do what we do. We'll continue just operationally. Last year we raised about 800,000. So this is the lifeblood. Somebody mails $10 or $20 and you go, I know you can't do a lot, but collectively when you add it all up, so it's a great time for the ship. I mean, you walk around and look, you see the condition it's in. It's not going to look like this a year from now. So it's an exciting time. Best way to keep up, battleshiptexas.org. I try to write an update every week. I know I got thousands of people who want to be here when we move it. I'd love for them to be here. I don't know what the state's going to say about that yet, but if we can do it, we're going to do it.
Our time with Bruce concluded. It's time to head up to the bow for the big raffle and all the prizes.
So once again, everyone, I would like to personally thank you all for coming out and enjoying the USS Texas today. Who's having a good time? You guys are definitely having a better time than the USS Alabama did the other weekend. Good to hear it, guys. Thank you once again for coming out. First and foremost, in case you missed it earlier, I would once again, on behalf of Wargaming, like to extend a big thank you to all of our military veterans and their families on board today.
Once all the loot is handed out, I take the opportunity to interview another special guest who came a very long way to join us. What's up, Warshippers? I'm here with fellow community contributor Arlios.
Hi.
Who came all the way from Vancouver to be here today aboard Anchors Away at USS Texas. Arlios, why did you come all this way? What made you come down?
Well, Texas is probably one of the most historical ships I've ever heard of, and it's still floating.
Yes, that's true. Hope to be so for quite some time. So, okay. It's a long trip. Was it worth it? Day's not quite over, but we're getting towards the end of it. Did you have a good one?
It was definitely worth it.
Good.
It's a good bit of history that I've never seen before.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you knew some folks here already that were going to be here, right?
Yeah.
Did you meet some folks recognize you and appreciate your particular brand of humor? I know I enjoy your YouTube work. I mean, I love the videos. I miss them.
Thanks for the call out.
Of course. No, it's okay.
It was kind of weird.
Really?
I'm not used to this whole thing.
Okay.
Like, I'm used to being like on a down low, like people, whatever people ask for, recognize me. I'm always going, who's Arlios?
Awesome. All right, man. Well, thanks for taking a minute to say hi, and hopefully we'll see you at another Anchors Away event.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Oh, fantastic. As the day winds down, the second of 2 Q&A sessions is held below decks in the wardroom. Ordinarily, this space is resplendent with china and artifacts from the ship's past, but as she prepares to move to dry dock, it feels decidedly empty. Fem spends about a half hour catching folks up on some of the near-term plans for the game and answering what questions she can. When the session concludes, our day aboard Texas is done. Alright guys, well that's going to do it here for Anchors Aweigh USS Texas. Don't forget there are more stops on the tour coming up next month in November at USS Iowa in Long Beach, California. You've got in December, we're at USS Lexington here in Corpus, a little few hours south. And then January, moving on to USS Hornet in San Francisco. And then USS Kidd in Baton Rouge in Louisiana in February. Presumably, there'll be more stops after that. But guys, now that you've had an example, you've kind of had a glance at what one of these looks like, I really hope that you're able to come and attend one of these. It's fabulous to meet other players, other ship nerds. It's a ton of fun, and the Wargaming staff are fabulous. They treat you like royalty. There's all kinds of loot to give away. It is a blast. As for Texas, well, this might be it for her in terms of this location. She's obviously going to be somewhere else at this point. The Foundation, of course, you saw Bruce earlier. They are determined to save this ship. They've got the resources now. They've got a plan, and I can't wait to see what's in store for the future. He's excited. That means I'm excited because those guys know what they're doing. Anyways, appreciate your time. Thanks for supporting the channel. Be safe out there, and I'll catch you next time.